Hi, welcome to Mama B's Crochet Kitchen. Haven't been here for quite a while. Wanted to start doing a lot of videos, but I went to the ocean. And when I was a kid, I had a lot of allergy issues with the sunshine. I know it's crazy, be allergic to the sun, but I am allergic to the sun. So I broke out being at the ocean, and I looked like I had the worst case of the measles and chicken pox all combined. So that is healing up, and I'm doing a lot better. So here I am. Wanted to start off with showing you some of my finished objects. I did a shawl for my mom. Her birthday was the middle of September. And for those of you that don't know, my mom lives here with me. She just turned 83. And every time I sit down and I'm crocheting something else, it's like, what are you making this time? But she's getting it slowly. I did one of Crystal at Bag O' Day. I did her tutorial $4.99, the lightweight shawl. She calls it the sweet cherry wine shawl. She had used a number 2 weight, I think, yarn. I used the Burton velvet, and this will keep Mom nice and toasty this winter while she's sitting and reading books and watching her Animal Planet shows. So took 2 skeins of Burton velvet, and she just adores it. It is in the color, it's a bulky 5, and it's in indigo velvet. So it's like a grayish blue color. I don't know if it's showing up very well, but I think it is. So, now, every crochet project for me is follow a recipe or a pattern, and I changed mine up a little bit. So what I changed was basically the type of yarn, and I gave it a nice little border, the little picots. Gave it a nice border. So that was that. And I also did another shawl, which I'm actually thinking about tearing out. This was a Yarnspirations pattern. It was free. I did it with Alpine wools from Knit Crate, which is the colorway Ladybug, 85% merino, 15% cashmere. And this is what the shawl looks like when you're wearing it. That is the graph for it. I don't know if you can see it. I put all my patterns in page protectors, and that way I can mark it with a dry erase marker, and then I can wipe it off, use it again. Don't waste it all. But see, that rose is very pretty, nice and centered. But when I did mine, my rose turned out very pretty. It's hard to see it. Let's see, what if I put it in front of me? There you go. See the rose? But it is not centered. So I'm probably going to take this out and do it again. So I'm going to get this filet crochet one way or another. But I ended up stopping before I got to the point because I didn't like how far over it went. But it sort of grew this way instead of growing straight down. But who knows? It's ladybug color. It's hard to see. It's a really pretty rosy orange color. It's really nice. But that's going to get taken out. I also saw Creative Grandma, Glenda Creative Grandma, had done her Santa Claus tree skirt. You can find that on her website, on her YouTube videos. It was a free pattern when I got it. I don't know if it still is. With Christmas coming, she might be charging for it. But anyway, this is my Christmas tree skirt. Makes a nice poncho. Maybe I'll just make a poncho out of it. Instead of using button eyes, I used the little googly eyes. And I put more of a trim on it so it would hide more of the top of the Christmas tree. But this is for my oldest son and his wife and 2 of my grandchildren babies for Christmas. They'll get it probably next week. And I am in the process of making 2 more. This is all of my rosy cheeks in the nice pink. All of my mustaches. All of my mouths. See Santa's mouth? Ah, come back here, Mr. Mouth. That's the mouth. I'm like mass producing. This is all of his noses. A bunch of noses. And each skirt takes 12 panels. And these ones, this is the blank Santa. I just sort of started here, did all the white part, did all the reds, more white, did the flesh tone, and then went into the beard, and then I will sew all the faces on. And actually, I have a few finished. Let me grab it. A couple of things I forgot to grab. So, this is what the panels look like when they're finished. I still have to do the eyes. Since I'm doing googly eyes, I am gluing them on with E6000. And they held pretty well for the first one, which was my prototype. 5 kids, 3 of the 5 kids wanted one for their Christmas tree, so that was an awful lot of buttons. Awfully big expense on my budget. So, googly eyes, I got enough plus extras to probably, well, enough to make at least 6 tree skirts, and only cost me $1.97 at Walmart. So, and you might have noticed that this is buff and this is latte, and the reasoning behind that is I wanted things to sort of match the flesh tone of my grandchildren. So that's that. I also, in my board time, I'll read that backwards. Stash busting cow. I've been collecting up the patterns. Oop, gotta hide the bear. Collecting up the patterns. And about 1.5 years, almost 2 years ago, someone wanted me to make them a great big elephant 2-person blanket. Then they broke up with their boyfriend. So, she had paid me for the yarn. I have a ton of gray. I'm doing all of my stash busting in the gray and in the black and gray camo. This one is the Alpine crochet stitch. This is by the Unraveled Mitten. There's my Alpine. And I did the light gray bordered with a darker gray. This one is the C2C double crochet, and it's sort of wonky. All my C2Cs end up like that, but I'm sure it'll straighten out once I attach it into a blanket. And everything that didn't have it, that doesn't or isn't going to have a definite definition of pattern, I'm going to do in this. Everything else will be done in the gray. This one is the Star Stitch. So, this is the Aligned Cluster Stitch. Basically, I'm going to have a gray afghan. which one of my sons will probably steal. This is the half double crochet V-stitch. And the last one I got finished is the mixed cluster square. So, between other things, I have been testing patterns, found a great Facebook page for pattern testers, and actually one of the other YouTubers, Angela, had said something about it. And so, made by Jody 666. I didn't realize that was the title. But anyway, this is the cuterus, and everybody did theirs in pink. I did mine in blue because hot flash time, mine's not working anymore. So mine's blue. He hangs on my shelf. I also did a rainbow Terrapin hat. It's a thinner hat. It is made with 2 different knit crate yarns. Let me grab them real quick. See, I wrote everything down and then I forgot to pile everything over here. But anyway, this is made by Crochet Rebellion. It's Marissa. Wait a minute, let me see. I wrote her name down. Marissa Kessler. M-A-R-I-S-S-A. She has some awesome patterns, and it was wonderful to test a pattern for her because when I was finished, I got a free bonus. I got to go on and get a pattern off of her website for free. She has this done up so that you can either do the 2 colors or she has 3 colors. You can see this is like a red and a green with the base color in between. It's hard to see the differences. I hate computer filming. Find me a program. I'm new to all this. But I did mine in... The really neat thing about this hat is it's nice and thin. It is made with DK weight and sock yarn, which everybody that knits with sock yarn, Mary, I applaud you. I want to learn how to knit. I don't know about that sock yarn. That stuff is thin. But this is the same as the shawl that I did. This was the leftover Ladybug, which is the Alpine wools, merino wool, and cashmere. And then for the part in between, it was a sock yarn from Knit Crate. And I thought they looked really good together until I did the hat, and then I thought, I don't know. Jury's still out on that one. I don't know if they work. But the sock yarn is Knitology Cozy Sock, colorway Citrus Squeeze. It is 75% superwash merino, 15 nylon, and 10% cashmere. And let me take off my headband. It's a nice snug hat. They stretch really, really, really well. My son, who has a monster head, put this on, and it even fit him. So my grandson tries to steal it all the time. But I think it's a really cool hat. I love the fact that it's like, you know, the nice, it looks like leaves or something. I like it. So it was a wonderful pattern to test. The other item that I tested, and I felt so blessed because she let me test him. My husband's name was Tim, and his birthday is coming up in 2 days. Today is October 3rd. He was born on October 5th, and he passed away last October 11th. But this is Tim Burton. Isn't he just adorable? Now, I did his hair a little bit different, and I didn't add the bat wings. This is done by Honey Bunny Amigurumi. and it's Tim. She was calling it Tim Burton. The final pattern comes out as Tim the Bear, but he is Tim Burton. He will never leave my side. There are pipe cleaners in his hat. He's got a nice little skeleton head and a bat. But isn't he just adorable? His hat comes off to make him a regular bear. And over the next year, I think I'm going to make him different outfits for different times of the year. So, but that is Tim Burton. Hello! He's just adorable. So, but that's all my finished projects. Oh, another thing that I finished was redid my craft room. If you didn't see the video, I don't blame you. But I made tiebacks for my curtains. I still have to starch them. So I just did this using a cookie dough. The cookie cake. Let's see. This one right here. The cookie. So I'm going to use this for a tieback for around my curtains, which is the same colors. And basically that's about it. I do have a small bit of acquisitions for Christmas. I have 9 grandchildren. I'm making 18 stuffed animals. And so I needed joints. This is the joints for the arms and the legs. When I have them all finished, I'm going to show them all at once. I already have 3 done. So I've got joints. Found some more buff. Couldn't find it before. This is from Consumer Crafts. Consumer Crafts is really, really cheap. And if you spend like $49, you get free shipping. I saw this and I decided to get it because from Consumer Crafts. So I'd never seen it before. It says it's a 5 bulky. I'd say it's between a 4 and a 5 bulky. So it is called Mulberry Bush. It's 109 yards, 100% premium acrylic, and it is All Things You. I don't know, can you see that? All Things You yarn. Never heard of it before, but it's really soft, and it has absolutely no smell, which is awesome, because I have a lot of allergy issues with smells. Give me vanilla, give me cookie dough smell, baked cake, I'm good. Went to the thrift store, found me Grandma's Goodies can, and my grandson wanted an M&M can. Found this wonderful plate. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but my mom thought it was cute. I'm decorating the dining room for fall, so got the plate. And I have a big blank wall up on this side, and let me move you a little bit. It's a pretty extensive wall. So see my pool noodle in the corner, but I was thinking I would like to put photos up of crafts. And so while I was at the thrift store, I found this, and it was only $3.93. Go on Wednesday, it's what I call Old Lady Day, so I got 25% off. So basically I got $1 off of it, so I fell in love with that. Let's see if you can see it. It's called Bessie and Quirky, and I got a hunch this might be from Gone with the Wind or something. I don't know, but I just fell in love with it. It was hanging in the window. So anyway, that's going to be one of my first things to put up, and I'm just going to do a menage of any kind of craft, women doing crafts, preferably. I don't want guys, strange guys hanging on the wall. Don't mind the women, not the strange guys. But I want to do that on the whole wall, and just different size pictures and stuff. So, anyway, that's what I've been up to. It's probably going to take me at least another week doing the rest of my Santa Clauses and getting them all together. And I have no clue what I'm going to go on with that. After that, I'll probably work on some more stash busting cow squares until I figure out what I want to make. I had gotten a couple of good amigurumi books, and I went on Etsy and got several patterns. Old Soul Crochet Valerie, I got a few of her patterns, and I have done her snowy owl. It's awesome. I want all big things. I don't want her little chubby stuffs. Even though I got the chubby bunny pattern, I want to make that. But that's not going to be for a grandchild. I got her panda bear, several other things, but the panda bear, mine's not coming together. I don't know why. Because I can do bears. See? I can do bears. I love doing animals. I just can't figure it out. So I might have to email her and get some one-on-one. But anyway, that's that. I wanted to say thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And hopefully I'll stay out of concentrated sun and won't break out anymore. You can still see I'm pretty blotchy, but I'm not digging my skin itching anymore. So hopefully I'll be back soon. And until then, everybody be blessed. Bye.